Alrighty, welcome everybody. It is Tuesday night and it is time to make a card. So if you're on for the first time, my name is Julie Brown. I am a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome, welcome. As always, if you guys would like to ask questions or let me know you're here, just type your names into the comments. I know last week I had a hard time reading the comments, so hopefully I will be able to see them tonight. Switcher obviously have something new because I have an extra new little screen up here and I'm not sure what it's going to be doing. So we shall see what happens tonight. Anyway, I'm excited about tonight, and so let's go over what we'll be working with. So from the annual catalog, we're going to be working with the Turtle Friends bundle. And from the July through December mini catalog, we're going to be using the Frightfully Cute Bundle. So those are the two bundle numbers right there out of the catalogs. Hey, Brenda. Oh, from Colorado. Ooh, is it chilly up there? It's been a little chilly here. Okay, next is my hostess code for October is listed right there. So for anyone who orders through me and it's under $150, please use that hostess code. And then you can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. And my email is juliescreativestampin@gmail.com. And then, of course, my Pinterest, Facebook, and YouTube is Julie's Creative Stamping. Most importantly is the one on the bottom. That is my blog. And so anytime I do a card here, if I don't have time to show you guys the measurements, I will eventually get it posted on my blog, and you can always go to my blog and get those cuts and measurements for the card. So welcome, welcome everybody. All right, let's see if I can get everything out of the way. So it's just been cold in the mornings in Colorado. You went for a hike and got hot. Oh, that's funny. All right, so I'm going to be using these two actually together. We are going to be making a Halloween card because it's October. And it is going to be a fun fold card. I didn't have time to get the measurements up. So again, you'll have to go to my blog to get the measurements. But let's get started with these fun sets. All right, so I'm going to just kind of show you this. So I started with, and I'm putting this back together, with a 4 1/4 by 11. Hey, Shanine. A 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2, and then I cut off 2 3/4, and I'm going to be using this piece. So now it's going to look like this. All right, this card is actually going to go together pretty quick. I am using the Cutest Halloween Designer Series paper, so I'm going to bring in this fun skeleton paper for this inside section right here. And I am using my Stampin' Seal Plus. I love the Stampin' Seal Plus. It's my favorite besides when I have to use liquid glue. Hey Mel, you're back. Yay! I'm so glad you're back. You look like you had a blast. I have to admit though, there was one picture of you and Doug. You guys were sitting on a bench and neither one of you looked very happy. So I've got to hear the story behind that one. All right, so we're going to place that there. And then on the front of this, I have cut another piece of that Designer Series paper, and it's going to be adhered like so. Now, if you had pattern paper that like you really needed to match up, I'm going to have this covered, so I wasn't worried about it. But if you had something like leaves and you wanted to match it up, then I would be more careful on how I cut this so that it matched up or lined up better. All righty. All right, so then this is just going to go on this front flap like so. Oh, I'm having a hard time getting that down straight. The only bad thing about the Stampin' Seal Plus is that it sticks good once it's stuck. So now we have a card that's looking something like that. Then this is that piece I told you that was right here that I cut off. Oh, that was you and your brother. I guess I didn't look at it enough. Oh, you think you were just tired. It was hilarious because you guys looked so serious in that picture. I guess I didn't look at it. I should have realized that wasn't Doug. I was just glancing at it and I was looking at, I was focused in on your face on that one. Okay, so then this little piece that we ended up cutting off of here, I'm going to use right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, this is again that same designer series paper, and it has this little striped, this is the other side, but it's got the striped piece, and then it's got this, I don't know if you can see, it's got like the bats, the ghosts, the skeletons on it. And again, we're just going to stick that on here. And I am leaving a border around so that we can see the Highland Heather. So if I didn't say it, the card base is Highland Heather. And again, it was cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and then scored at 5 1/2. And then I cut off I cut 2 3/4 off of the end, which is this piece I'm using right here. All right, so we're just going to take this other piece and just butt that right up against there. And then I'm going to do a little bit of stamping because I'm going to, hey Patty, so glad you're here, because we're going to do some die cutting. So I want to get all of the cutting out of the way, or cutting the stamping out of the way. So let me see all the little pieces that I need to stamp. It's all of these. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is on this little piece of basic white, this is the moon from the Frightfully Cute stamp set. And so I'm going to bring in some Mango Melody, and we're going to stamp that onto this piece of white right here. So I'm just inking it up, trying to get quite a bit of ink in it. My Mango Melody has not been holding ink very well lately. There we go. That's a good one. Okay, so, and I don't know if you guys can see, but when you stamp this, it gives you those little like dots on it. So it looks like when you're actually looking at the moon. How cool is that, huh? That's a fun little detail that they've put on that stamp. And then from that same set, I am going to be stamping this sentiment that says Frightfully Cute onto this little piece right here. And we're going to be using black Memento ink for that. The fun fold part of this card actually is the easiest part. Then we're just doing a lot of stamping. And I wasn't too worried about getting that perfectly straight because I'm going to be cutting it out with one of the dies from that Frightfully Cute. It's called Frightful Tag dies. So I will be cutting that out in just a second. And then this is actually going to be end up on the inside. And I'm going to, again, this is another one. It just says Happy Halloween to you, and it's one of the sentiments from that Frightfully Cute stamp set. So I am just going to ink that up. And I've got this kind of cattywampus on my, so let's hope I can get it down here straight. All right, Happy Halloween to you. So there's that. And then I'm going to clean that one. And then I'm going to bring in this one. This set has a lot of really little ones in here too. I don't know if you've looked at this really cute. It's got these really cute potion bottles. I'm not using those tonight, but they're super cute. But it's got a little tiny pumpkin, a cat, a hanging spider, and we're going to use this bat right now. And I'm going to bring in black Memento ink for that one. And then we're just going to put 3 little bats right above the saying. Oh, and I got my hand on it. So we may have to put another one down there later. I think if it was me, I could probably cover it up with when I'm writing. So, but I did get a little bit of black down there. It was on my hand, dang it. All right, and then now we're going to be doing some stamping with the Turtle Friends. So we're going to bring in this Highland Heather cardstock, and we're going to bring in the outline turtle stamp. And let's move this up so you guys can see. And then I'm going to be inking that up with black Memento ink. And then we're going to stamp the turtle. And this is the large turtle. There's little turtles too, but we're doing the big turtle. And then I'm going to come in with the shell for the turtle. And again, I'm going to be inking that up with black Memento ink. Now this turtle shell has a tendency to, if you push too hard when you're inking it up, you do end up getting it like in the middle where there's not supposed to be ink on a turtle shell. So you do need to be very light-handed. All right. All right, so there's my turtle with his shell. And then I decided, I kept trying to figure out, I wanted to put a mask on the turtle. So I was trying to figure out how I was going to do that. Well, in this set, it has the Turtle Friends set. It's got this little bow tie. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so what I did is I very carefully just inked up each side of the bow tie. And I left the middle open. So I've got the black ink. And then I positioned it, and I may have to lean in here, so that I could see his little eye when I was putting that down. Then I came in with my black Stampin' Up marker, and I drew some little lines to make it look like he was wearing a mask. Look, what do you think? Isn't that cool? So the bow tie became a mask. Yay! I thought that was fun. Alrighty, I think I've got my stamping done, so let's move the inks out of the way. So now we're going to bring in, well, let's do the punch first, because the turtle bundle is this, you get the turtle stamp, and then you get the turtle punch. And so we're going to, obviously, we're going to punch the turtle out of the punch. I'm just going to get this in here and get it lined up. And then punch out my little turtle. And then I'm going to bring in the die cut machine, because I'm going to be using quite a few of the dies from the other set I'm using. Of course, this Frightfully Cute set. I know, I love the mask idea. Frightfully Cute set along with these dies. All right. So let me move some of this out of the way that we've already done. And I've already cut the turtle. But these I do need to cut. So let's grab my die cut machine. I was trying to set up a camera for my die cut machine, so I didn't have to haul it back and forth, but I didn't quite get that accomplished today. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of basic black, and I've got 2 pieces of the basic gray, and I don't know if I can get all of this on here. We shall see, but we're gonna try and see if I can get it all cut in one swipe here. And then all the dies that I'm using, so I'm gonna be cutting out one of these trees, and I'm gonna be cutting out a witch's hat, and then I'm going to be cutting out a fence. I think I can get them actually both on this one piece. Well, I'll have to cut it out first and then go back again, but I think I can get both pieces cut out of that. And then I'm going to use this. This is one of the label dies that's in that set. And I'm going to cut that out with that, and then I'm going to cut the moon out with the circle die that's in there. Now the question is, without using washi tape, is if I can get this all cut, if I can get the plate on top set down without moving anything. Let's see. I think I might have done it. Yay, let's see. So now we're going to run this through. And I'm going to kind of come back over that gate because it's very detailed. All right, let's see if we got everything cut. All right, so it looks like I got the hat cut and the tree cut and one of the fences cut. Oh, my circle moved a little bit. I should have, but that's okay. I don't mind the white. And then I got this label cut. So that's done. Trying to move everything out of the way that I no longer need. So we're gonna pick those up and this up. This is a really fun die set. I love this die set. I'm not using it, but it's got a little owl and it's got a spider web that's pretty cool too. All right, so we're gonna pull that up, get this out of the way. I'm just gonna scrape those little pieces off and because I need one more gate. All right, so then I'm just gonna lay this back down, lay that gate down again, and we're gonna run that through. So like I said, I really like this die set that goes along with it. It's just really cute. And it's all kind of, I kind of consider this like my miniature because I kind of feel like the tree's little and the gate's little, and so it's a really fun set to play with. All right, let me just get this off of here. And then we can finish putting our card together with all these little pieces that I just cut out. Yay! All righty. So, Mel, what was one of the favorite things that you got to see while you were traveling the world? It's like, of all the places, did you have a favorite? I mean, you got to see so many castles. That was so cool. And then I was going to tell you, so when you were on the Rhine River, one of my ancestors actually worked on the Rhine River. So when you posted that, I was like, oh, my great-great-great-great-grandfather used to work on the Rhine River in Germany. All right, so now we're going to bring this back in. And, oh, the other thing that I did is out of this, if you'll notice on this skeleton paper, it's got these little tombstones. And so what I did was I fussy cut out 3 of those from some of the leftover paper I had when I was cutting it up for this. All right, so now I'm going to start putting this together, and I'm going to put my moon on first. And you know what? I may trim that. I don't know if I want quite that much white. So I'm going to trim that just a little bit. And of course, I don't cut as smoothly as our dies cut, but this is going to be covered up a bit. So I think it'll be okay. I kind of messed up the roundness of my moon. So now I'm going to bring in some liquid glue and just put that like so. And then we're going to stick this kind of centered on this little piece right here. So it's going to look like that. And then the next piece that I'm going to bring in is my tree, and I want my tree to overlap my moon. So you really enjoyed the history in Nuremberg. Hard to believe I was where Hitler was. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, sad, that's kind of their sad history a little bit, isn't it? All right, so I'm just going to lay that tree, and I'm lining the tree up with the bottom of this top paper. So the tree's going to go like so, and then I'm going to bring in these little tombstones. And again, the first one, I'm just going to kind of line it up with the paper at the bottom down there. And then the second one, I'm going to put a little bit higher. And again, I'm just using liquid glue, mainly because they're just little tiny pieces. And that's going to be like that. Oh, Susie, glad you made it. And then we're just going to bring this in. And I'm going to put this up about like so. And then I'm going to bring in my little fences. And what I'm doing is this second rail down, I'm lining this up with the bottom of this top designer series paper, just so you kind of know how I lined that up. And again, I'm not putting a ton of glue because you don't have to. Once this liquid glue dries, it's pretty solid. So that one's going to go like so, and then I'm going to bring in my second fence. Again, I'm just dotting on the glue. And then I'm going to overlap those two, just the bottoms, just a little bit, so that it fits on here the way I want it to fit on here. Got to scoot that up just a little bit. Whoops. Must have had some glue on my hand because it's sticking to me. All right, so then I'm placing that down. So this is what it looks like so far with the fence and the tombstones and the tree and the moon. And then I'm going to bring in my fun little turtle, and we're going to put a little bit of glue here, and we're going to add that witch's hat to the top of our turtle. I just kind of wanted to show you guys how you could bring in some of our other stamp sets and work with these Halloween sets, because I just think, you know, we've got cute sets that can be really cute added into these with the Halloween sets. And so I just kind of wanted to show you that tonight. All right, so there's my little turtle with his mask on and his witch's hat. And then I'm just going to take some dimensionals, and I'm going to put, of course, one up here on the witch's hat. And then I'm going to put a couple on his feet. And then just kind of periodically spread the rest of them around this big shell. So you could have brought in like a big stamp, like probably two regular Stampin' Dimensionals, and that would have worked good for the center there. And let me just grab up all those top pieces. This card, like I said, this card goes together once you get everything cut out and stamped. It's a pretty quick card, mainly because I'm, using a lot of the designer series paper, which helps. And then, of course, die sets always help. All right, so then I'm going to set him so that he's not quite all the way to the bottom, because I'm going to put that little and then I'm going to bring in that Frightfully Cute, and I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on each end of this. And basically I'm going to straddle the turtle's legs with this little banner or label. So it goes like so. Because the legs are going to hold up the center of it, so we really just needed the dimensionals on the ends. I'm trying to get that straight, so I'm trying to hold it where I can actually see it. All right, so then it says Frightfully Cute. Then what I want to do is I want to bring in some of that gingham, the black and white gingham ribbon. And I'm going to just bring in some, and we're going to go across the top of this piece here. like so. Just to give it a little more fun. And then what I did, so to get the placement here, what I did was, and I should have done it before I put that glue on there, or that adhesive, is I just kind of looked how I wanted it to look on the front, like so. And then I just kind of turned it over and I took a pencil and just drew a little line like so. And what that line does is it tells me to make sure I keep all of my adhesive above that line. That's just kind of my line to let me know like where I can put my adhesive without it sticking to the bottom part of this card. So now I'm going to bring this in. And if I can get things straight today, some days I'm really good at getting things straight and others not so much. And then we're going to pull that like that. So now your card is going to be opening like so. And I brought in, remember I already stamped this piece. And this piece, because it is smaller than this piece, as long as you get it in the center, you should be fine with your lining up. It's not that hard to line up as long as you center it. If you try to put it more to the left or more to the right, then obviously it's going to show. But if you just kind of come in here and, you know, check your sides and try to get this centered like so, then it's going to cover it when you shut it, and then it's going to open like that. And then the last thing I did for this card, I told you tonight was going to go pretty fast. The last thing I did with this card was tie a bow, and a lot of you are still saying you don't know how to use the bow maker. So here we go again. We're going to show you the bow maker. So normally if I'm cutting the piece, I will wrap it like so, because I'm making a small bow. So I'm just going to start that edge, and then I just cut this piece a little bit longer than the front one. And then basically you just pull this around and you go through the center, pull it around the front under those two legs, and then you just bring this over and you tie your bow. So hopefully if I keep showing this, everybody will get really good at using these bow makers, because it just makes making bows a lot easier. And then I'm just going to bring in a glue dot. And I don't know if you noticed, the new glue dots, they used to be on this side. Now they're, as you lift them, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the glue dots are, as you pull it back, they're on this side now. So just beware of that. For those of us that are used to it being down here, that's usually where they used to be. But Stampin' Up has switched it up on us a little bit, probably trying to see if we're paying attention. All right, and there's your card. What do you guys think? Isn't he cute? I love my turtle with the mask. Of course, I could have made a green turtle, and then it probably would have looked more like a ninja turtle, right? Yeah. But I just thought it was just so fun to cut those out and just use this die set to make this really fun card. And remember, even if you guys don't like Halloween or you don't send Halloween cards, you could very easily turn this into a birthday card for anyone who has a birthday in October. I have a daughter-in-law who has a birthday in October, and so I'll probably be making something close to this for her birthday. And of course, it'll probably still say Frightfully Cute, but on the inside it'll say Happy Birthday. So hey, Flora, oh, you got here right at the end. So anyway, that's the card that we made. And again, it was I combined old and new, right? Old and new. So I brought in Turtle Friends, which you don't think about when you're doing a Halloween card. And then I brought in the Frightfully Cute with the Frightful Tag dies. to create this really fun card. So these are 2 bundles that are really fun bundles. And again, look how quick that card went together, really quick, and it's just super, super cute. So if you guys missed my trick on how I did the mask, you want to go back and look at the beginning of the video. Don't forget to do that. But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It was just a fun card, another fun fold card to make. And I hope everybody enjoyed this tonight, and I appreciate, I hit the new one. I don't know what that is. So Switcher Studio has 2 little videos, which I'm not sure what one is. So anyway, thank you guys for being here tonight. If this is your first time watching me and you're watching live, I appreciated your comments. If you didn't understand how to do the comments in the future, you just, where it says comment, you type in a comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's probably a replay. You can still type in comments and I'll see it. But guys, please make sure you follow my pages, like my pages, do the thumbs up, all of that stuff, because it sure helps me out on my social media channels each time you guys do that. I appreciate the time that you guys give me. I know that time is precious, and I tried to keep this one really fast tonight and show you how quickly you can get cards put together using designer series paper and our dies and our punches. And so everybody have a great evening, and don't forget, for those of you in Farmington, this is the week of my class. So if you're planning on coming, you need to let me know as soon as possible. I'm getting kits done tomorrow. And so, of course, my classes are the normal times. It'll be Thursday morning at 10, Thursday evening at 5:30, and then Saturday morning at 10. So if you would like to attend, make sure that you let me know and get signed up so that I have a kit waiting for you when you get here. Anyway, guys, everybody have a great night. Mel, I'm glad you're home safe, and you look like you had such a fun time. And I don't think you guys realize how much we all enjoy watching you as you travel and get to see all the beautiful places that you get to see. Even though I'm not there with you, it was still quite enjoyable to watch. And Brenda, have fun in Colorado. Enjoy your time up there. And for all of you guys who came out and supported us on our World Card Making Day on Saturday, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was such a fun day, and we didn't have a ton of people, but we did raise a pretty good amount of money for the center, and I'm so thankful for that. So thank all of you for coming out for that. Anyway, guys, have a good night, and I will see some of you this week and the rest of you next Tuesday. So talk to you soon. Bye.